everyone. Welcome, devs. I'm excited and stoked to bring you guys this next part where I will show you the copy, paste, and deploy experience. So before we get started, I'm gonna dive right in. I only got 30 minutes, and what I'll show you everyone is how to add scroll to your MetaMask. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to chainlist.org, and here you have a very easy way to add your scroll network to your wallet. Over here you got a button. I've already done it, so I won't go and do it again. If you go to scroll.io, we have a quick start for you available in our docs. Go ahead, click docs, go to developers, and over here there's a developer quick start. You scroll down, everything you need is over here for you to add in your favorite developer tool. The first thing that we're gonna do, I'm telling you we're gonna go fast, is go head over to Remix, and over here I've got a simple smart contract and we're gonna deploy it on mainnet. So I already compiled this contract, double checking, yes, we're good to go. I'm gonna click deploy and go ahead and get an error. So I'm just gonna try this again. We get a gas estimation error. Let me double check if I'm on the right network, and I'm not. Typical dev mistake, always make sure you're on the right network and in the right account. So we're gonna go ahead and try this again. Deploy, and there you go, we've gone through. We're gonna click confirm, and at lightning speed, you'll notice we're gonna get our transaction on scroll. We can give this a second, and here it is, it's confirmed. We can view this on Block Explorer, and over here you can see a couple of seconds ago we deployed our first smart contract. But hey, we're devs and we wanna do more exciting stuff. So we're gonna head over to my code editor where we're gonna look at Hardhat. Hardhat is a popular tool, rightfully so, where a lot of smart contract development happens. And today I won't show you how to set up your Hardhat. We've got a 2-minute tutorial, so make sure you check out our Twitter. But over here you can see a simple Ether wallet. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna combine Hardhat with Truffle Dashboard, which I have running in the background. Now, why am I using Truffle Dashboard? This is so I don't have to show you my private keys. But make no mistake, if you're using a .env or any other method to use private keys, all the Hardhat CLI commands work right out of the box. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my terminal, and I'm gonna run this command, which will send the smart contract over to Truffle Dashboard. I'm gonna go to my Brave network, and over here, go to my local host for Truffle Dashboard, click it. I'm gonna connect my wallet, and over here you can see my smart contract transaction to deploy my smart contract has been sent. Quick note, you might see a question mark, but that's because I didn't compile the smart contract with Truffle, but I'm gonna click confirm, go ahead, confirm MetaMask, and over here, we'll be able to see in a minute that our smart contract is deployed. Click on it. There we go, it's confirmed, view on the Block Explorer. And here you can see a couple of seconds ago, we deployed a smart contract. Now I know Third Web has been gaining popularity lately, and rightfully so. Unfortunately, Truffle might not be supported like in the near future, or will not be supported in the near future. Third Web Dashboard is a great alternative solution for you to deploy your smart contract without passing your private keys. So I'm gonna go back to my code editor, and here's the thing. Third Web plugs into your favorite dev tool. So I can go ahead and run this command, npx Third Web deploy. Quick check, always make sure you install it. If you haven't, it will automatically do it, but I've done it, so I'm gonna go ahead with npx Third Web deploy. It's gonna spin up the CLI for Third Web. It's checking if I compiled my contract, and I have. Right now it's uploading the contract data, and then it takes me magically to the Third Web dashboard. I'm gonna click deploy now. Disclaimer, you're gonna get a prompt for 2 transactions, and that is because in the second transaction, you can add the smart contract to your dashboard. You don't have to do this. I'm just gonna do this so everyone can see that what the benefits are. You get a nice dashboard where you see the API and some other features that you can play around with. Now this might take a second. Oh, here you go. Our contract is already deployed. We're gonna go ahead and sign the message, and with this, it will be added to the dashboard. And give this a second. I'm gonna go to my MetaMask, and over here I'm gonna click in the meanwhile, I'll show everyone. Here you go, we've deployed our third smart contract. with your favorite dev tool. Now, if you have been red pilled lately, like me on Foundry, then for sure you wanna stick around and see this next part. I'm gonna go back to my code editor. I'm gonna first minimize this because we're done over here, and I'm gonna open up this part of the code editor. So what I've got over here is an ERC20 smart contract. Oh yes, we're gonna deploy our own token, and we're gonna use Foundry to do that. Now, before I get into this, I just want to show my boy Ahmed on Twitter, who's done a 2-minute video. So if you're not already following Scroll Ecosystems, make sure you do. He did a very, very simple tutorial on how to set up Foundry. Now, I won't do that because it requires me to expose my private keys, and remember, not my keys, not my coins. So I'm not going to do that, but I've set everything up, and the goal is to show you how easy it is to deploy, copy, paste, deploy on Scroll. So I'm just going to go ahead, and these are the commands. Over here, you can see we're going to use forge create, the RPC URL of Scroll, and then we're going to pass a couple of arguments. Your contract name, my token on Scroll, the symbol, and we're gonna mint 25 million tokens. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead, click enter. I already compiled the contract. Right now, it's gonna go ahead and actually deploy it. We're gonna give it a second. And there you go, we've deployed our smart contract. Now, just to show you that we actually did it, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this contract address. I'm gonna head back to Scroll, scan, paste it, and you can see over here, 13 seconds ago, we deployed our ERC20. Now, I know I can hear my Pythonists out there. They're like, we've seen JavaScript, we've seen Foundry, what about us? First of all, Brownie, Ape, it all works, but I want to show you something cooler. So I'm going to go back to my code editor, minimize this, and then I'm going to head over to a couple of scripts. Now, I've got to be careful. I've got a .env file here, and I will not click on it, because if I do, you will see my private keys. The first thing I'm going to show you is, so let's take a step back. Web3.py, just like Web3.js, is an amazing framework for you to query data on Ethereum. Guess what? It works exactly the same on Scroll, because we are EVM compatible. So I'm going to quickly walk everyone through the code. What we're going to do here is connect to Scroll, and then we pass the ABI, the application manager interface, for our smart contract, and then we pass a smart contract address. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the contract I just deployed, and we're gonna query that contract. So I'm gonna copy this, whoops, and then we're gonna go back to our Python script, select it, and paste the smart contract address. Oh, this is sorry, this is the wrong one. Gonna hide this one and hide this one, and then over here, this is where we have our Python script. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead, remove the old contract, paste the new one, save it. Now, if you're a Python developer like me, then you know we gotta, oops, I'm just gonna hide this. You know you need to run everything in a virtual environment. We don't like to mess around with npm global. No, we wanna work in a virtual environment so we're safe. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the first script, which is get the balance. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Python get balance.py, run it, and then we'll give it a minute, and there you can see it, the total supply and the name of the contract of the name of the contract we just deployed. But we can actually do some more exciting stuff. What if we want to transfer tokens? I have a friend, his name is Ahmed, and he loves these tokens. And he's like, hey, can I have some? Of course he can. So what we're going to do is, here you see a wallet from, a wallet to, and what we're going to do with this script, I'm just going to go to the important part. Same way we built up our script is connect to Scroll, load our ABI, and then we do a couple of checks. I'm going to scroll down, and over here you can see is where we build our transaction. So the chain ID is very important, the gas limit, and then we do a couple of authentications with our public address through the private key, sign the transaction, and send it. So I'm going go back to my terminal. I'm going to Python transfer and run this script. And over here you can see it's done. But how do we know it's done? Well, I'm gonna go back to my wallet and show you. And account 1 is the account address we send it from, and Ahmed is where we send it to. If I go to tokens, you can see 2 here. You know what? You might think this is a scam, but it's not. I'm going to go back to my terminal and run it again. So we saw 2, run it again, and we're going to transfer another token. And we're going to give it a second over here. I'm going to go back, load this. It might take a minute. We'll come back to this in a bit so I can showcase to you that the transfer of the token actually happened. So we've done some things in the terminal and backend, and Web3.py is great for that. Web3.js is great for that. But a lot of the applications that are built are usually built in Next.js, and what better library to use for that is ethers.js. So I'm going to minimize this for now. I'm going to go back. Oh, over here you can see it flipped. It went to 3 tokens, so that went ahead. I'm going to open my code editor again, and over here you can see a front end that I've built for an NFT project. Yes, we're gonna deploy an NFT contract, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna mint an NFT through our front end for this demo. So I'm just gonna go up, and over here you can see I'm importing ethers. So you're probably familiar with this if you're in front end dev. I'm just gonna authenticate with a connect wallet button, pass my contract address. This is an old one, we're gonna pass a new one. I've got my asset ready for the NFT itself, and then over here a couple of tags for our button and our address. So I've already got my front end running. I'm going over to my local host over here, refresh here, and then the first thing I'm gonna show you is connect wallet. Boom, here it is, my address and the chain ID. And that is for Scroll. I'm just gonna switch to this account. Then next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back to Remix. In Remix, I've got a smart contract here that I created with Open Zeppelin. I'm gonna click save so it compiles. Awesome. Come back here, choose injected provider so it targets my wallet. And now I need to provide an address for the initial owner. I kind of want to make sure that I'm the only one who's able to mint this NFT, but you could choose to omit this by not making the smart contract ownable. So I'm gonna paste this over here, click deploy, MetaMask is triggered, go ahead and click confirm. Now this may take a minute, because, it actually took a couple of seconds. So we go over here, view on Block Explorer, scroll down a couple of seconds ago, we've got our NFT smart contract, but we want to do fun stuff with it. We want to mint an NFT. So I'm going to copy the smart contract address, go back to the code editor, move up. Over here, we've got the address, the new one that we want to paste. We're going to go ahead and save this. Over here, I've already got my ABI loaded. I'm going to go back to my demo and then just refresh the page, connect my wallet, go ahead and click mint NFT. MetaMask pops up, click confirm. And there we can see it, my NFT is minted. This is the image, if you've seen it. The scrollers went above and beyond to give you a cryptic message that scrolls on mainnet, and this was my AI generated one. But what we want to do is see if it happened on chain. So we go back to view on Block Explorer, and there you can see it. Token ID 0 is the first token ID, the minted an ERC 721 NFT. Now, I said a lot. We've done everything on mainnet. But if you're a developer, once you start developing on Scroll, you kind of want to test things out first. So I also want to showcase how you can do things on testnet, and it's just an RPC, URL change, copy, paste, deploy. The same dev experience you have on mainnet, Ethereum mainnet, you can have on our testnet. So I'm going to come back over here and go to Remix, and I'm going to showcase 2 things to you. The first thing I want to show is getting a price feed. Oracles are important. Blockchain networks are isolated, and we need to get information from outside. Oracles help do that. Chainlink is an awesome example. And what you can see over here is, you're probably familiar with it, is just a simple smart contract that gets a price feed. And so we actually have a cheat sheet. Give a shout out if you want access to it. And over here we've got smart contracts that are available that get the price feed and the conversion rates. Now, you might think, hey, I need some link tokens in order to get the price feed, but this is actually a public good. So these are contracts that are pre-funded for you, and so you can just query these smart contracts. So I've got one here for ETH to USDC. Gonna go come back to Remix. I actually already accidentally clicked it, but that's fine. Over here you can see the ETH price. Hopefully it goes up very soon. Who knows? No financial advice. Now we go back to our final contract, which is Uniswap v4. Uniswap is a very popular DeFi protocol that a lot of us use. And if I go back over here, this is a smart contract that my boy Ahmed whipped up together real quick. And it's actually a very simple smart contract. So if you walk through it, you see it makes use of the router, and this is where the magic happens. Over here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna swap a wrapped ETH for USDC. Now, what you can do is if you go to scroll scan, you need to do a couple of things. I've already deployed my smart contract because I didn't want to take too much time of you guys. But I deployed my smart contract and passed the smart contract address through the contract for WETH. And that is because we need to approve this contract so it knows that this smart contract that we deployed is allowed to swap WETH for, let's say, wrapped ETH for, let's say, in this case, what we're going to do is USDC. I've already done that, so you don't need to, so we're not going to go through that. What I'm going to do over here is swap. This is basically 0.01 wrapped ETH for USDC. Now, if you know, Ethereum has a denotion of 18 decimals, and that's why we see so many zeros. Quickly going to show my wallet, and over here you can see 0.09 wrapped ETH and 15 USDC. I'm going to go ahead and click swap over here, come to MetaMask, click confirm, and then we'll wait for this transaction to go through. And sometimes it might take a second time. Go ahead, click confirm. And it is confirmed. Now, just to show you that it worked, you can see my balance went from 0.09 wrapped ETH to 0.08, and my USDC doubled. There you have it, devs. Take your current dev skills and bring them to Scroll, because the dev experience is copy, paste, deploy. It's same for you on Ethereum same for you on Scroll as it is on Ethereum. Now, remember, I told everyone we're gonna announce winners we chose winners from our Scroll community to go to ETH Istanbul and ETH India. We really want to support the community. I said it in the intro talk with Toggle. We want to talk the talk and walk the walk, and we want to make sure that we give back to the community as well. So we've got one winner. We've got one developer that we're going to support going to ETH Istanbul, and one developer that we're going to support going to ETH India. So I want to give a shout out to Chris Gardner. You're going to ETH Global Istanbul, and I want to give a shout out to Ethan Ye. You are going to ETH Global India. Congratulations, and we're hoping we can support the community in the future even more. Without further ado, I want to announce the next talk, which is building communities around the world that Helena hosted. Let's go.